In a stunning and unprecedented move, Amazon announced its complete exit from the United States market this week, citing the crushing weight of Trump-era tariffs that added over $13 billion in annual costs to the retail giant's supply chain. The decision has sent shockwaves through the U.S. economy, consumer markets, and global trade networks. For decades, Amazon has been the backbone of American e-commerce, employing hundreds of thousands, operating massive fulfillment centers, and redefining the way Americans shop. But the company now says the combination of escalating tariffs, supply chain disruptions, and an unstable trade environment made its U.S. operations unsustainable. "This is not a decision we ever wanted to make," said an Amazon spokesperson during a press conference in Seattle. But the reality is clear: the current tariff structure has made it impossible to maintain a competitive and functional business model in the United States. "Our exit is a direct consequence of policy, not performance." President Donald Trump's latest round of tariffs, targeting imported goods from China, Mexico, Vietnam, and several European partners, dealt the final blow. Nearly every category Amazon depends on, electronics, apparel, home goods, machinery, and even basic packaging materials, was hit by punitive tariffs of 25% to 40%. Amazon's global logistics network, once celebrated as the envy of the corporate world, suddenly became a liability. The fallout has been immediate. Amazon's shares plummeted on Wall Street, shaving off $180 billion in market value within 48 hours. At the same time, small and medium-sized businesses that relied on Amazon's marketplace platform are now scrambling for alternatives. Many fear bankruptcy within months. "I've run my store on Amazon for 12 years, said Mike Lang, an Ohio-based entrepreneur who sells kitchenware. "Without that platform, I lose 90% of my sales. This is catastrophic not just for me, but for thousands like me across
The tariffs at the center of this crisis were a signature economic policy of President Donald Trump, who has long accused foreign nations, particularly China, of exploiting the U.S. through unfair trade practices. In July, Trump announced a sweeping new tariff package worth an estimated $400 billion, targeting a wide range of imports to bring jobs back to America. But critics say the policy has backfired, raising consumer prices, straining businesses, and igniting trade wars with multiple countries. Amazon's exit may represent the most visible casualty, but economists warn it is only the beginning. Amazon's decision highlights the fundamental flaw in Trump's tariff strategy, said Dr. Stephen Lurie, a trade economist at the University of Pennsylvania. These policies were intended to punish foreign competitors, but instead they've made it impossible for American companies that rely on global supply chains to survive. Retailers like Walmart and Target, who also depend heavily on imports, are now scrambling to assess their own vulnerabilities. Meanwhile, small businesses that relied on Amazon's marketplace for sales face an existential crisis. Nearly 2 million U.S. small and medium-sized businesses used Amazon as their primary sales channel. Many now find themselves without a lifeline. The political fallout has been equally fierce. Democrats pounced on Amazon's announcement as proof of Trump's reckless economic agenda, while even some Republicans expressed unease. Senator Susan Collins, Republican Maine, called the development deeply troubling, warning that policy intended to protect American workers is instead putting them out of work. Trump, however, appeared defiant. Speaking at a rally in Ohio, he dismissed Amazon's decision as corporate blackmail and vowed that America doesn't need Amazon. He accused the company of making billions off cheap Chinese junk and insisted his tariffs would restore true American manufacturing. The exit of Amazon from the U.S. market raises profound questions about the future of retail, technology, and the global economy. While the company says it will continue operations in Europe, Asia, and other markets, the U.S., once its home base and crown jewel, is now off the table. Logistically, the shutdown will be messy. Fulfillment centers are expected to close within weeks. Deliveries already in progress may be canceled or redirected. Amazon Web Services, AWS, the company's cloud computing division, has clarified it will continue serving U.S. clients as it operates independently of the retail arm. But for ordinary shoppers, Prime memberships, Alexa devices, and Kindle services tied to the U.S. store will be discontinued. This is like Walmart, UPS, and Netflix all disappearing overnight, said retail analyst Karen McMillan. The scale of disruption is unprecedented. Some see opportunity in the chaos. Domestic retailers may gain market share, and smaller e-commerce startups could step in to fill gaps. But few have Amazon's infrastructure, pricing power, or customer base. Economists warn that consolidation could ultimately reduce competition, driving prices higher. The global reaction has been swift. European leaders criticized U.S. tariffs for destabilizing international trade. China, locked in its own escalating standoff with Washington, accused Trump of economic vandalism and hinted at retaliatory measures targeting U.S. firms still operating abroad. Meanwhile, Amazon workers and small businesses in the U.S. are left to pick up the pieces. Across social media, hashtags like #AmazonExit and #Tariff Fallout trended, filled with stories of panic, anger, and disbelief. Some workers expressed outrage at Trump's policies, while others blamed Amazon for abandoning America.